who is the nicest celebrity that you've ever met?
Dave Koz.
Yes.
I would say.
Agree. Yeah.
I mean, well, not only for just being a nice guy, but like also like showing up consistently for me and the people like who are in his life. Like, I mean, you were there. He married my wife and I. Like, what an act of service.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
what a nice thing to do for somebody.
He shows up. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's huge.
he really shows up, and I love him, and he's changed my life. He kind of made me a world traveler. You know, one of the first people to just go like, let's go to Venice. Let's on this cruise. I want to invite. Like, yeah, he's one of the kindest, most loving people, and I never stop learning from him in the best way. Always what to do, not what not to do.
Yeah.
He's
Beautiful.
a perfect example for that. Yeah.
Cool.
The nicest, you know who I think was the most approachable, that made me feel the most comfortable, I think was, Derek Trucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, Derek Trucks
love
was the most, for me, it was like the least amount of nervousness meeting him. I felt like it was just my brother's older friend, like coming over to hang or something. I wasn't like, oh my God, it's like John Mayer, it's Shania Twain, or I've said her twice. I don't know why. I don't really listen to country, but country music's great. I like Chris Stapleton, just saying things, but he just had a very like cool, calm, thing where I felt very like relaxed.
Who's the nicest celebrity you've ever met?
Dick Van Dyke.
Whoa.
Definitely up there.
Oh my gosh. How'd you meet him?
I met him on The Masked Singer.
Were you a Masked Singer?
I coached 7 seasons of The Masked Singer and
Whoa.
had my win with Bishop Briggs and a runner-up.
You won.
Runner-up with Wilson Phillips and a runner-up with Scott Porter, who was the gumball. He was fabulous. Yeah.
Are you on camera for that kind of stuff?
Every once in a while, but no, this is all behind the scenes. You know, just getting songs together, coaching them through their performances, coaching them through their costumes, and the whole thing.
And so was Dick Van Dyke one of the people?
He was on there, yeah.
was
And
on
Amy
there?
Chapman was his coach, but I got to meet him.
Oh, Amy Chapman.
Amazing
You
vocal
got a
coach.
fast car.
And Tracy Chapman, but close.
Okay, all right. Close. Okay, wait. So what did he sing? What was his best song that he sang?
He only sang one song. He did. I forget what he sang. I forgot what he sang. I don't remember. He sang one of his songs at the end, like a spoonful of sugar or something, or supercalifragilistic.
Oh, wait, did he dance
He came
too?
out and like did a little jig.
Cyndi Lauper.
Oh yeah, she's one.
And so she comes in and
I mean, she's fire. She's just. We have a thing where she, she's very New York, very loud, very matter of fact, and that's why we love her. And she's actually someone that whenever I see, I can run up to and give a hug to, because we're still cool.
Oh, that's
it's
awesome.
incredible. I saw her not too long ago when we did the Kennedy Center on this. I'm like, shit, that was a few years ago. But again, like I saw her, she's like, yeah, and I'm like, yeah, and we get to hug each other, and yeah, she's a nice, so like motherly, but oof, she will fuck you up. It feels like, if you don't cross her.
yes.
Same, creatively, sitting down with her and just doing that. I think Ricky was playing an upright, and there was just a cellist, and it was her. And I think that maybe there was something else too, maybe percussion, but she's driving. And I'll never forget the ending. Ricky was like, how do you want to end it? And she's like, just feel it out. And she starts going and just doing it. She started going crazy at the end. And it was one of those moments where you just forget, where you are when you're performing, and you get lost. You black out, and it feels good, and you're just on this wave.
Stevie all day.
Okay. Wow. Jeez. Okay.
So he walks in, and it's like, it's not even like he walked, because he was kind of wearing this long, like, kind of, I guess like a muumuu or I don't know what you call
Dashiki?
it. Dashiki maybe,
Something?
yeah.
Okay.
Which kind of like hit the ground. You couldn't see his feet. So actually when he walked in, it looked like he was sort of like gliding in,
Yes.
Which made it all the more sad. I'm just like, oh, he just appears, and it's just like, oh, And he sort of glides in, and he's like, hello, everybody. And I just, and they're all like, Elliot, you know. So they just knew how special it was. Cool because they knew how special
Wow.
I would it would be for me, and
That is
and
so
it was
cool.
such a really just a really sweet thing that they sort of kept it under wraps for me. And then
That's super nice.
I looked up and I just lost it. You
Yeah.
know, it hit me out of nowhere. I didn't expect to even feel that way, but it's just somebody who I grew up, you know, idolizing, listening to.
That
Shout
is
out
so
to my
cool.
mom who introduced me to his records when I was a kid, you know. So
Right.
to actually get to sit next to the piano with him. And
Oh, you were sitting next to him.
Sure. Sitting next to him as he's playing the chords for Knocks Me Off My Feet, and I'm singing, and then just to get showered with compliments from him, and just sort of like, not that I needed it, but just definitely like, he definitely validated why I was there and why I was meant to be there.
Wow.
You know?
So
And
meet your heroes. Yeah.
I think the nicest celebrity that I've met is probably Pink.
Oh my God, you got to meet her?
Yeah, I mean, this was recently. This is just. You mean during Idol?
No,
or-
no.
Pink, yeah.
That's amazing.
She's an incredible
So
woman.
did she know that you sang her song?
Yes. Well, that's a crazy story of how we met. Which
Yeah?
is, I mean, just the pipeline of that situation. My publisher has been writing with her for decades. They
Okay.
are like best. They're very close. And
Okay.
I sang Glitter in the Air, which he wrote. So he reached out. Yeah, like
Perfect.
It was so cool. That's why I love American. It's just I do.
Good.
I love American Idol. Well, some I feel like it's interesting to hear people's takes, but I was just such a it was such a crazy platform to have
Yeah.
millions of people's attention. It's such like a once in a
You
lifetime.
gave us
kind
a
of-
good opportunity, and I think
Yeah.
sometimes it's people are afraid to admit that they had a good time.
Who's the nicest celebrity you've ever met? If you've ever
Why
met
am I
any.
screaming? Gosh, my favorite celebrity in the whole wide world is Lady Gaga.
Yes.
But I got to meet her, and she was really nice. But when you meet your hero, it's not like what you think. It just wasn't what I thought. So hold on, let me think who was the nicest. Stevie Wonder was nice. Hold on,
Wow.
I'm trying to think who would I consider the nicest. And like what level celebrity?
What did Stevie Wonder say to
There's
you?
so many. I think, God, like Tom Jones was so nice. Tom Hanks was so nice. Like
Wow.
Priscilla Presley's the best.
Oh, yeah,
She's the
she's
sweet-
nice. I've done a couple
the
fundraisers for her. She's
sweetest.
awesome. Yeah.
But I'm like thinking like high level celebrities, and I'm like, Joe Coy's the best.
Oh yeah.
Frankie, probably okay. I could say Will I Am. Yeah, I could say Will I Am because I got to spend a lot of time with him, like at his events and at his studio, and he's a really kind person, really intelligent, and just warm and welcoming. Yeah, I feel really. But I know there's a woman in there that I.
Who's the nicest celebrity you've ever met? Is it Jack Black? I know we've already talked about that.
No. Nicest celebrity I've ever met. That's such a good question. There's so many good people. I have to say Fabio, the male supermodel.
Yeah.
Fabio agreed to be in my web series. Back when that was a thing. Pre-Instagram, pre-TikTok, pre-everything. A web series that I had like literally raised like a couple $1,000s from my friends and family to make about superheroes. And I wore a leotard in it. Like,
Ooh, hot.
like a custom leotard that like custom, by the way, like I gave it to a lady and she sewed things on it.
Whoa,
Like,
wow.
and we put Fabio in a leotard, so he was also a superhero. And the joke of the thing was that me and my other friend who was also a superhero arrived to the crime scene first, so we got dibs on the crime. But then Fabio is like, everyone wants me to be here more than you. I am very handsome. I look good in the pictures. Everyone loves a Fabio, and nobody wants to hang out with these fat guys, you know? And it was so funny. And he killed it so hard, and he did it for free. And he lent us his Lamborghini for the day, and he lent us his house. And like also just because he liked the script and liked me, we got along really good. And then we started going out, him and I, and having dinners like once a month, once every 2 months. But he was just down to be there with me and play. And he always asked about my mom. He's so kind.
Oh, nice.
And he's like, every time I see him, he invites me to come stay with him on his farm, which just sounds like an insane thing to do. Like, he's just a wonderful, wonderful friend.
Who's the nicest celebrity you've ever met?
Oh, the nicest? Katherine Heigl was really nice to me on set. I was her body double for a while. And I met Owen Wilson at my friend's wedding. I was the wedding singer.
Oh, that's awesome.
And he came up to me and said, wow, 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 I really love your voice.
Nice.
And we actually ended up becoming friends. And
that's so cool.
yeah, he's super.
You could be his sister. You guys have...
We're blondies. And
Yeah.
we both have a bumpy nose.
Oh,
I have a little bump, and so does he.
nice. Yeah, it's a nice nose. It's a good nose. Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks very much. I met John Hamm on the set of the morning show, and you watch SNL stuff?
Yes, love that.
He did this skit called Ham and Bubbly with Michael Bublé.
Yes, I saw that one.
And I watched that like 20, 30 times probably in my lifetime. So I wanted to tell him, and I was like, dude, Ham and Bubbly. He's like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah. And I had also met Michael Bublé at the Village Studios when I was recording my EP.
Whoa.
I also told him, I'm like, Ham and Bubbly, bro.
Wow,
And
you got to
he was
meet
also
the
really nice.
the trifecta or the duo of you got to meet the
Yeah,
ham and the bubbly.
and the bubbly.
Wow.
So that, wow.
Oh, this is crazy. Steve Buscemi.
Whoa, I love him. That's amazing.
I know, it's amazing. So
tell me, yes.
I was on tour with Engelbert Humperdinck. Do you know him?
Yes, yeah. A couple of my friends are on with him right now.
Are they?
I forget who. I just saw a picture. Yeah. That's so random.
Crazy. I was on tour with Engelbert Humperdinck playing in his band, and we were playing in Long Island at this theater in the Round. So it's like the theater was in the middle of it.
I love that.
And yeah, it was really cool. And I think it was Long Island, but it was like real deep Long Island.
New York-ish?
Like, yeah, but like outside New York, like long. It was I felt like I was in The Sopranos. It was crazy. And like driving out, we stopped at this like white tablecloth Italian restaurant where like all the Jersey mob wives were drinking their wine at like noon and gossiping. It was amazing. It was amazing.
And you heard it. Wow.
Oh
Okay.
no, it was like iconic.
Nice.
But anyway, so we played at this theater in the Round, and Steve Buscemi's mother is a huge fan of Engelbert, and so he was there, and he brought her to the show, and I met him in the hallway afterwards. Hello, Mr. Buscemi, you know. Oh, and then there was like a picture of somebody from The Sopranos on the wall behind him, and he was in The Sopranos. Wasn't he? Yeah.
Steve Buscemi?
Yeah.
I feel like he would
No,
be.
he was in The Sopranos,
We'll
I
check
think.
it out. We'll make sure.
Or pretty sure he was.
Why
but he's
wouldn't
also
he
in
be?
Fargo.
Yeah, he's in Fargo,
He's for
for
sure in
sure.
The Sopranos. Anyway,
Okay.
there was somebody on the wall behind him in The Sopranos, and I tried to like make a quip about like the guy on the wall, and like just completely fumbled. But he was really nice anyway. He was like,
Okay,
yeah,
so-
great to meet you. But yeah, so I was pretty nervous though.
I'm gonna say Michael Jackson.
You met Michael Jackson?
Well, my uncle was his costume designer for years. And when my uncle passed away, I was trying to navigate things the best that I could. But it was very overwhelming. And I was like 27 or 28 at the time, so I was pretty young. And I got a call, And you know how now it'll say like unrecognized number or whatever? This just said call, which I thought was very unusual. And I picked up and this lady said, "Hello, I'm an operator, a telephone operator. Please hold the line for Mr. Jackson." And I was like, "Get the hell off my phone." And I hung up. And I was driving, by the way, when this happened. So she called another time. She was like, "Hello, we got disconnected. Hello, I'm an operator from so Telestar, sir." I don't remember. It was like some communications company. She was like, "Please hold the line for Mr. Michael Jackson." And I was like, "Lady, I have a lot to do. Please stop playing on my damn phone." So then she calls another 5 minutes. She goes, "Ma'am, please don't hang up on me. I really do have Michael Jackson on the line for you." And I was like, "Oh, crap." So I pulled over and she transfers the line. And Michael Jackson gets on the line and he says, first of all, the opening sentence I'm going to say, it still floors me to this day. He goes, "Hi, I'm Michael. I don't know if you remember me."
What?
Because as a kid, Michael used to play with me in my uncle's draft room. He was a jokester and like a prankster. So he would have like the, that gum that turned your mouth black and whoopee cushions and the rings that would like buzz and stuff. And he would like, we'd play hide and go seek under the draft table and he'd like throw grapes at me. He was so fun,
Wow.
And that's why when the whole kid thing went down, I took that really personally because everybody who worked around Michael, there were a lot of people who had children and nobody would have brought their children. You know things about a person if you work that intimately with them, and nobody would have brought their children around. And it was, and I always felt like it was a safe environment. I think what Michael might have had was Arrested Development, if anything, but I never, felt unsafe,
That's
so that
good, yeah.
that made me feel sad for, when all that happened, because I was like, oh, I really feel like he made an effort to make you feel, not just like you won the lottery, like you got to go to Disneyland, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
And I remember him saying, "I'm so sorry, I'm not going to be able to come to your uncle's memorial, but I just wanted to let you know how important he was, and he was a significant portion of my life, and he helped me really identify my own self-identity, through what he did, and I'll never forget him." Whatever. And I was like, wow, this is so lovely of you. And then on the day of the funeral, Michael Jackson and Lionel Richie. Lionel Richie was his best friend in high school, my uncle's best friend in high school, and introduced him to his first wife. But between the two of them, they sent these like 6-foot towers of flowers. I ended up having to just put one on the coffin because we had to dissect one of them to get it through the door, And I just remember feeling like you didn't have to, this is one of the biggest stars in the world. And, just because he was a human being, he wanted to take time to acknowledge my uncle.
Hey, who is the nicest celebrity you've ever met?
Wow. Dang, that's a good one. All right. Rob Thomas of Matchbox 20 was
and how'd you meet him?
Well, I sang one of a Matchbox 20 song. I sang it twice. Bright Lights, you know that song?
Yeah.
And
you don't have to hold this.
Oh, okay, I didn't know if I was not. It's perfect. There we go.
That was so nice of you though.
Yeah,
to like you're just like you're like, "Oh, let me."
He was a very nice man. No, Rob Thomas. Yeah. So I performed his song, and then I did a radio like Christmas concert, and Matchbox Rob Thomas was one of the artists, and we sang it together, and I got to like hang with him, and I was a big fan of his music and stuff. So, and then years later I went to one of his concerts. He brought me backstage, gave me like, just talked to me like just like a friend, but also gave me some like amazing like advice, like life advice. So I'd say he was one of the nicest. I've met so many. Honestly, I haven't been really too disappointed about. I haven't met too many of the big people that were like super rude or anything. So
that's good. That's good. Yeah.
So yeah, I'd say Rob. I thought he was like super cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
And
Jason Mraz. I wrote with Jason Mraz.
You wrote a song with him?
Yeah. We wrote a song called Hurricane together. Me, him, and one of my best friends from home actually got to get in the co-write on it too. It was awesome.
That
was
is
like
so cool.
Super cool. And he was like, talk about one of the most prolific songwriters I've ever worked with, and I've worked with some good writers. I mean, this man, we were in San Diego, and we were at a hotel, and he walked in with no shoes on and was holding a guitar, like not in a case, and just was like, "Yo, what's up, man? Nice to meet you. Like, let's go write this song." And like, me and Nick started like, we didn't know what to do. We were like I was kind of starstruck. Like, I was playing his songs at bars and stuff, and then like we just like started jamming out on this thing, and he just started writing. writing, and he was just like, yeah, just keep playing that. And then he like just sang this like the chorus in this and like with like 90 verses, and we're like, the hell? I was like, it was really incredible. He was really cool too.
Wow.
I guess I've been really lucky. I know Teddy Swims more than I know John Legend, just because we toured together.
Right.
So I'm gonna say him.
Okay, nice.
But John Legend's also really nice.
He's also really nice. And then, other than the show and other than Teddy Swims, had you met anyone else? Has any crazy?
You're the nicest celebrity
Shut
I know.
up,
You're having me over at your place.
Yeah, right.
You're a celebrity, dude.
No, I don't think so. I know some celebrities. That's about it.
Wait,
yeah.
who's the nicest celebrity I know?
Yeah.
Probably maybe Verdine White.
Whoa, and you worked with him?
I mean, yeah, he's like a friend.
I'm going to say Simon Cowell, okay, because Simon Cowell was such a great guy, like especially our first season where we were going out to these, podunk little, venues and doing it. And he was down for all of it. And he was always a super nice guy behind the scenes, especially to the crew.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Especially to the crew.
That's great.
I love, it was, people ask me all the time. It's like, was Simon Cowell really that mean? I go, kinda. Not to me though, but it's not even that he was being mean. And I always try to take a page out of that book of he's trying to help people, either be a better singer or not be a singer at all. He would tell people you shouldn't be singing. And, a lot of times, and this was the great thing about Simon. Simon was saying what we were thinking. That is one of the brilliant things about him. So I will always say, I had a great relationship with Simon. I cannot say enough about him. And he really is one of the main reasons Idol did as well as it did.
Who is the nicest celebrity you've ever met?
On the show.
Or off the show as well.
I would say at that time when I was talking, I would have to say Ryan Seacrest.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, because when that thing happened with Rock and Roll Week, I want to say this. Rock and Roll Week was when you guys all did like rock songs, but they wanted to bring in a star guitar player to be on the show, to play with all you guys. And they did have Jeff Beck as the guy that they wanted to do, and then he didn't become available. And then Ray was figuring out, okay, are we going to get Prince? Are we going to get Lenny Kravitz? We're going to get Carlos. And I saw all these names. I'm like, wow. And then like the day of the dress rehearsal, it was going to be Lindsey Buckingham.
Okay.
From Fleetwood Mac.
Wow.
And that didn't work out. So then the producers came over and say, okay, you got it. So they looked at me. So then I ended up backing up all you got. It wasn't planned at all, and it's like, I remember it was kind of like being in Harold Hill and the Music Man, being like, because I had to do this, and then I had to do the one number with you or whoever it was, get off, get into another costume. I had to strategically know where I was going to go from stage. And Ryan, he's like, I finally get back on stage. He says, hey man, this is great, dude. This is awesome. We didn't know this was gonna happen. And then, he was like, move over here. He was always good with the blocking and stuff.
Okay.
But he was, I would say he was good. Randy Jackson was great. When I was doing a bit with him, I was doing a thing with Scotty. And I was sitting, he was going to do James Taylor, You Got a Friend. I think it was You Got a Friend. Mm-hmm. And it was a guitar feature. And I was sitting on the stoop right in front of the judges. And I'm getting the ear comm with Ray. I'm like, okay, you ready? I'm like, yeah, you can hear me. And I'm sitting here like the commercial break and ready for the package. And then we start. And then I'm here and I'm ready to go. And all of a sudden I hear, Tony! And I'm like, and it's Randy. He's like, you having a great time, man? And I'm like, yeah, I am. Just hold on. Let me get through this and I'll talk to you after this.